Hi, and welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation focused on youth mental health. Before we begin today's episode, I just wanted to let you all know that all content that is found in our podcast is created for informational purposes only. This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or therapy. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, and never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have heard in this podcast. Thank you so much, and without further ado, let's get started.
Hello, welcome to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving. My name is Anya, and I'm here with Sana, and we're going to talk about the stress from figuring out summer programs.
As ninth graders, we're already stressed out about school, extracurriculars, and college. We spend the whole school year worrying, and then we realize that the summer is also an important time for gaining experiences.
Yeah, I agree. This year was kind of stressful because I was getting adjusted to high school, and I didn't even think about summer programs. So I just sent in one application for a summer program. I didn't realize the impact summer programs could have on my college admissions and gaining experiences.
Yeah, there's definitely pressure to find programs that build up our resume for college. It's definitely been emphasized that you need to attend one of these programs in order to get accepted into a good college. It's stressful since to get into your dream school, there are a lot of requirements that you need to fulfill.
What was the hardest part of the summer program process?
Um, for me, I think the hardest part was finding programs that fit the requirements. So, like a lot of colleges, they have age requirements to fulfill. So, like a lot of colleges, they have um requirements like for 16-year-olds to attend, and for freshmen in high school, it's definitely hard because you're not at that age yet. So to find things that like build your resume and that also like allow you to attend, it's definitely hard. And there are a lot of summer programs that don't necessarily offer like a variety of programs and programs that you want to attend. So like if you want to major in something, all colleges won't necessarily have a program that fits that major. What about you?
I think the hardest part for me was answering like the questions and writing essays for these programs because I was having a hard time like figuring out what words to use and like what experiences to share. I didn't want to give a plain answer and I wanted to like try my best to give like a really sophisticated and interesting answer. But now I think that we shouldn't have a lot of stress when it comes to summer programs because they should be experiences to look forward to. They should be programs that teach topics that we are passionate about. For example, I applied to a summer program for designing because when I grow up, I plan to be a user experience and product designer.
Yeah. How did you deal with the stress from these summer programs?
Well, I dealt with the stress by reminding myself that it's something I'm interested in and it's something like I'm not obligated to do. Like I can always like not do it. But I wanted to do it because it's something I'm interested in and it's something I love to do. What about you?
For me, there wasn't a ton of stress, but there was definitely a little bit of worrying about what summer programs I should apply to. Is this college good enough? What program I should do? So there's definitely a lot of different things that you could worry about summer programs. But overall, I mean, I had a lot of friends and family to support me, help me apply, find programs, draft my essays, revise my essays. So there wasn't a ton of stress, but there was definitely a little worrying, and the people around me definitely helped me cope with it. And it's also hard to decide what we want to major in this early in our high school career. And it would be hard to find summer programs if you're not exactly sure what you want to do. And another thing that I mentioned before is the age requirement. And a lot of colleges have summer programs that have an age requirement of 16. So like some Ivy League schools will allow 14 and 15-year-olds. So it's difficult to find programs that allow our age group to join as well.
Yeah, and summer programs aren't the only things that students do in the summer. People get summer jobs, volunteer, and spend time with their family. And this keeps everyone pretty busy, and I think that we shouldn't forget to have fun. The summer is meant to do things that we love to do, and we need to leave time to spend with our family and friends. Personally, I'm going to try to spend as much time as possible with my family and friends because the summer will be the only time I'll be free to spend quality time with them.
Exactly. So the stress of summer programs isn't always the most important thing about the summer. There are other things that you can do to build your resume. So even if you don't attend the summer program, it's not a super bad thing. And we don't need to put unnecessary pressure on ourselves, despite whatever your parents or your friends say.
Why do you think parental pressure plays a huge role in the schooling and college process?
Yeah, so I think especially at this age in high school, everything you do is kind of building up to your college and your career. So everything you do is definitely like essential to your college apps and your career and how you like build towards it. So I think parents are definitely kind of stressed out for you and worried about how you're going to do in school, your grades, what you put on your resume, extracurriculars. So I think all they want to do is just like help you and make sure that you're going to do all right. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot of kids think that parents put pressure on their kids, and it definitely affects like the way that kids think about their parents, and it definitely just puts a lot of stress in whenever like high schoolers do. What about you?
I think that like they put pressure on us like because they love us, but also because they want to see us receive opportunities that they didn't receive when they were younger. And they want to see us do the best that we can in our lives. But I also think that there's like, a limit when it comes to how much pressure you can put on your kid because it can lead to a lot of stress and like anxiety. And some people get depression because of the pressure that their parents and their peers put on them. But overall, we need to put less pressure on ourselves to apply and figure out summer programs because, in the end, you'll be most happy with doing things that you wanted to do. Thank you for listening.
You are listening to Mindful, Beautiful, and Thriving, a podcast series by Tharaka Foundation. As part of our youth series, we will be releasing new episodes every Friday, so make sure to continue to check those out. We hoped you enjoyed this podcast, and thank you so much for listening.